Hello and welcome to Gierok Farms. I'm filming this currently on Easter Day. It's a really nice spring day. The 1066 got some new batteries this week. So I'm gonna start it up here and we're gonna get this planter home so I can work on it during the week. It's a beautiful day when it comes to weather. It's like dang near 70. A little bit of wind this morning, but it went straight from winter to summer, it seems like anyways. We're gonna get this thing fired up and get the planter up to the yard. Thank you all for watching. If it's your first time checking us out, make sure to subscribe. And if you enjoy it, like the video. All right. There we go, she started. Batteries made a big difference. Guiding me in, babe.
You're welcome. That's my job as a farm wife, right?
Yep. Good sign. The tires all held up over winter. None of them look low. Makes me really happy. I think I lucked out buying this planter. I mentioned to Darby that maybe I should list it to see how much I could get for it, and she was like, what the heck?
I didn't think it was a smart idea.
Yeah, she thinks it's a good planter too. That's what I'm hearing. Shouldn't get rid of it. We'll see how it does this spring. Things I gotta do this week to it. I gotta hook all of the fertilizer tubes back up. All these I disconnected when I cleaned it. This guy here I gotta weld back straight. Get some kind of clamp going like that. This one's sheared off or broke or something. Try to get something made up there. Grease it, oil it. And then even if we don't find ground to plant with it, I'm for sure gonna test it out somewhere, even if it's like a silly food plot or something, just to make sure everything works and that we got a good planter that not only looks good but works. Check back in when I'm working on it. So we're back at it. It's been a couple days since I brought the planter up to the yard here. The weather has really changed. It's April 12th today, and it's a high of 86, which is insane because this weekend it's going to drop back down to a high of 60. Really crazy spring so far. Went from super cold to super hot. So it's typical Midwest weather. Dad took advantage of it and he made some corn stalks on our flat there where we had the combine last fall. Probably made 2-3 loads. It wasn't a whole lot. But I'm going to get at this planter now, pull it over to the main shop and start going through it. Switch over to the corn meters and make sure our controls work and just get it ready for when it's time to plant. Things have been ramping up at my off the farm job, so hopefully today I'm able to finish the planter here and get that all tidied up. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I got a little sunburnt over the past couple days from this drastic weather change here, but I don't mind. It's good to get some sun after a long winter. There we go. Now to wiggle out of here. There you go, I got all the hose clamps on the fertilizer tubes going to these coulters down here. Knifing the fertilizer in furrow in front of the row units for the seed. But I got one that I got to do some kind of welding or something to. So you see here on this one how we have this piece? Well, on this guy it is missing. So I gotta figure out what to do there in order to make that work. Maybe just weld a bolt or something in here just to prevent it from swinging too far, because I think that's all that really is doing. I might be holding it up on that one, but on this one someone had welded underneath there to hold it up. Pretty windy today too. Not only hot, is it windy today, so if you guys can't hear me that well, I apologize for the wind noise, but what you gonna do? I came up with a rough plan. This is what I'm going to use for my stops. I'm going to just use a nut. And we're going to put one on each side and push them up towards the top. So hopefully that at least will help keep it moving side to side. That's what I don't want. I don't want to pick the planter up and then this swings all the way one way or the other. It'd probably be fine. It would ride straight, but you know, every once in a while I can imagine that thing would swing out of place and cause some issues. That's what we're going to try for now. Hopefully it works. Hopefully weld sticks and does what I want it to do. It does sway a little yet. There's one way, there's the other. The other ones are all fixed almost perfectly straight, but this one will still have a little play, but it won't swing all the way freaking 90 degrees or 90 degrees the other way. It shouldn't put stress on our fertilizer tube either. Don't yank that out or I think it'll work. So next I'm gonna change out the meters. Currently there's soybean meters in there, and I'm gonna switch them out to the corn meters. My guess is I'd be planting corn before I'd be planting soybeans. So we're gonna pop a box off and then take a meter off. So here is one of the seed box, and then on the bottom of the seed box there's 2 1/2-inch nuts that we gotta take off, and then we should be able to pull that meter right out from the bottom of the box. I don't want to put like an impact or something on that because those bolts are part of the plastic. You'd hate to rip those out. So here is the soybean meter, and here is the corn meter. Pretty big difference. Meter on, just slip it right on the top. Line everything up. There we go. Kind of a little slot. So to pull these boxes off, it's also really simple. I pull this into transport mode. I believe that's transport mode. And then there is a clip back here. When they hinge up, it kind of folds back and in and out. It's a good thing I'm pulling them off. It looks like that one's pretty packed full of mud. We'll have to blow that out with the air hose. According to the previous owner, he had all of these meters rebuilt in the past 2 years. So let me know down in the comments how often you guys would get these finger meters or whatever you want to call them, with these rubber wheels in the bottom. How many acres before a guy should be getting them rebuilt? Okay, so we got all of our corn meters on. We got all the boxes cleaned out. Now that I have the boxes off of the planter, I'm gonna go down the line, check the chains, make sure there's nothing out of the ordinary and one's not super loose or looks like it's about to break or anything like that. So go down the line, check all that. Take the air hose, I'm gonna blow out around the seed tube here where the meter connects up in here. I'm also gonna grease any grease zerks, oil some things up while I have the boxes out of the way. It should be a little easier. So okay, now I'm going down the line and doing this Yetter system here. There's a bunch of grease zerks. One on the big cutting disc for the fertilizer, and then there's one on each row cleaner, and then this aggressive disc right before the row unit itself back there. I finished up greasing. There was a few stubborn ones in there where I had to replace the grease zerk, and it was in a hard spot to reach, so it took longer than it should have, but we got it done. Now I'm moving on to switching it over for corn, and I have actually 2 books for it, but I forgot them at my house. So instead of driving to go get those, I looked on the internet and I seen a copy of the booklet. So I'm gonna set it there and then double check it when we actually go to plant, but just to test it out, I'll set it according to the diagram I seen online instead of the actual book. So to adjust all that, it's back here, I believe. Loosen this with a 1/2 inch wrench. Loosens your idler here. So then you can adjust your chain. And what I seen in the book for corn, to plant 32,000 seeds per acre, according to that page anyways, I have a driver of 22 and a driven of 18. So we're already on 18. And then our driver 22, so this far one here, so we gotta jump over one and go to the far end one. There's little shims in here you guys gotta take out. Little rubber shims, ain't nothing fancy. They're like hockey pucks with holes drilled in the center and a notch or a slit in them. They're pretty flimsy. Get our chain off of that and then push this guy over. Make sure we got good tension, and then tighten down our bolt here for our tensioner. Put our shims back in on the other side of this gear here. You're adjusting any type of chain and moving sprockets, you want your chain to be fairly in line. If it was off at a crazy angle, then you know you're set up wrong. You want them to be pretty dang straight. So I'm gonna double check again my settings, but like I said, once it comes time to actually start planting, I'm gonna double check the book I have and make sure, not just go off a diagram I seen online. But as of for now, for a test, I'm not too worried about it. Okay, now before I put the boxes back on, there's driver chains that go from here to here. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 of them to put on, and we took them out when I transported it going down the road, because otherwise you'd wear your sprockets out. Even though it wouldn't plant, you'd be wearing out all that stuff. So we took them off, and they're good to take off going down the road. But I'm gonna put them on, and then we should be good to put the boxes on. So as I was putting the driver chains on, whatever you want to call them, so this is how it's supposed to look. You're supposed to have 2 idler wheels holding tension, or tensioners, I guess you could say. They wouldn't necessarily be idlers, but here we're missing our bottom one. I'll look around and see if I got any extra ones in the parts that he sent with me. If not, I'll have to try to make one temporarily here. Oh, here we go. Thing I looked, it's kind of ate up, but this might work. Good thing I looked around. Oh yeah, here we got some other ones. Yeah, this one's real messed up. And this one's got heck of grooves in it. I think this one's gonna be our best chance. Good thing I came to look. Good thing when I bought this planter last fall that I took the time with the previous owner and we walked around his sheds and his shop and kind of made sure that I took any parts that he knew of that he had for this planter, because he obviously wasn't going to use John Deere 7000 parts anymore. He was retiring, so good thing we spent the extra time to do that, because now hopefully I can fix something simple like that without having to make a part or get a part. Okay, so I went over to the bench grinder and ground the end of a carriage bolt a little more flush so that we could get past our frame bracket or our tire bracket here. So hopefully this works. Looks like it should work. Doesn't need to ride perfect. Like I said, we're not doing a crazy amount of acres, and we're not, you know, our other tensioners definitely aren't up to par. So maybe that would be a part that I could get this winter. Now we got around our idlers and try to pull them together. And if you're smart, you have your splice already in one end, unlike me. There we go. Now the easier part. Put our splice together. There we go, clicked in, ready to rock. Looks like our idler will work half decent. Okay, should have all the drive chains installed, everything greased up and lubed up. We'll throw the seed boxes back on and then hook up the hydraulics, mess with the monitor, try to hook that up, pull it out in the field and give her a whirl, see what she does. So we're ready to go, we're ready to try it out. Dad had come assist us when it came to using those old international couplers, the special technique of push from the back while pushing in and then let it slide back and then lock it in. I can see why the Pioneer coupler is the coupler now.
Things nowadays are complicated.
Yeah.
Look at what we got working back here.
Geez, you can't just push apparently. Learning. We got our hydraulics hooked up, our monitor hooked up. Now we're gonna go out to the field and try it.
Oh yeah, we recording. I'm not just a welder. I also am a semi-professional cameraman, also for hire, looking for a job. I don't do any of that editing stuff though. I'm only a cameraman. Yeah, see, look at these shots, even wider angles. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, we already stopped. This one's also coming to join me. Look at that. Look over here, we can see Aaron in his natural habitat, so confused on what is wrong. He has checked the same spot like 15 times now, but still seems like he can't quite figure it out. maybe on next episode of Gierok Farms, he can find the solution to his problem. Currently calling the guy he bought it from, wondering why the planter will not go down. Check the same spot again for the 16th time. Going to check another shot. And around we go. You normally can't get this close to the wild man, but today I decided to go into dangerous waters to get all the up close shots. Alright, thank you, Lee. Dad's got a, an international planter, so we don't know what's going on. We're just trying to figure it out. We never know what's going on. It's gonna drop now. We just, pull out things, put things in until something happens. Pull on levers. We really never know what's going on. It may seem like it, but you know what? Oh my lordy lord. We are making progress, people. Would you look at that? Wow, what a beautiful machine. Oh my lord. Every day you see red and green together, but damn, they make sure quite a good duo. And we have stopped. And here we go again. Maybe I should just be a narrator or something. Maybe that's like what I should do for a living. Prime narrator. If Disney's looking for somebody, Warner Brothers, hit me up. Overdoing it right away, but now it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Mason, what kind of cameraman are you? You're getting your shadow in the shot all the time. We gotta be standing like this while we're talking. Yeah, but I want to get the good sun shots. You gotta think about the sun. See, I'm the professional cameraman here. You are not. You wanna set it down again and I'll follow you with some chain lube, and I want to watch what my chains are doing and how deep you are and everything. You just set it down, put it in float. We got one driver chain that fell off. You make it goes higher than the chisel plow. The previous owner said that this planter would only overdo it with its no-till system, not underdo it. So our makeshift roller ain't rolling right. That's okay. As long as that chain sits on there. This ain't no high-speed planter. Yep, put your nose right on it.
Get the neighbors worked up with this one. Put a couple seeds in there. I found a seed right there. So that's seed depth. I don't think that's terribly off. It's a little deeper than we'd like, but it might, with drier conditions, it might not cut as deep. Try to figure out our spacing here. We done? Yeah, I think we're gonna call it there for now. I hate to keep dragging it through this soft dirt here, getting it all full of mud, especially our no-till road cleaners. I'm getting pretty built up, but I'm happy with what I'm seeing. It seems like everything's working. All the chains are moving. That one slipped off right away, but once we figured out what we were doing, then it went pretty good.
All right, Gierok Farms signing out.
Thank you all for sticking to the end. We got the 1066 in the planter put away. All the tractors tucked away in the shed. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all who have sent me mail with literature about this planter or who have left comments about this planter. Super helpful. And if you have any more tips or tricks, make sure to leave them in the comments. We also have a P.O. box. So send us a letter. We love reading them. We love getting stuff in the mail. So that P.O. box will be down in the description. If you guys have any critiques on how to set this planter up, from what I seen, it was way too aggressive with the row cleaners. It was going way too deep, but that could be the soil conditions as well. We'll wait till closer to planting before we mess with that because the soil conditions are going to change, and we'll go from there. But that's going to be it. Thank you all for watching, and make sure to check out our other videos.